friends, thank you for joining me today in one of our craft videos. Today we will be making a twine pumpkin. Perfect fall decoration, don't you think? So we want to start by taking, you could use some floral wire. I did not have any, so I'm just using some craft wire that I did have. And I had silver and gold, and I went with the gold just because I thought it would be hidden well with the twine. And I just cut a 6 or 7 inch piece of wire with my pliers. And now I want to take and wrap some twine around my fingers, and I am going to hold the twine, let's see if you can see that, hold the twine in there with my thumb, and I'm going to wrap around about 10 times or so. And then I'm just going to trim that off. And I'm going to take my wire and slip it through here. Oops. Take my wire and slip it through here so that it will catch both of the tails of the twine. If it doesn't, that's fine. You can just snip it later. But we're just going to bring it together as best you can and twist it. I think the floral wire would be a little easier to work with than the craft wire. This is 24 gauge. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it works. Okay, and I've twisted that. And my twine is not very full. It's a pretty thin twine. So I made a bunch of these. I went with 8, and we're going to take and twist 4 of the 8 together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see all. I don't know if you can see all 4 of these here. And I'm just going to put them together like so. Twist the wires together. And if you can't twist, you can certainly use your pliers. If your hands can't seem to get the grip, use your pliers and twist, or use your hand, either way. And then we are going to cut that like so. So we have 4 twisted together, and you can kind of push this out of the way. The pliers work great for that. We don't want anybody getting cut with the little snipped end there. So I just kind of bent it in a little. So that's 1/2 of our pumpkin done. And I'll take the other 4 here that I have made and do the same thing, twist them together. All 4 of the wires, twist them together. And then I'm just going to snip it off again. And I'll bend that over as well so that nobody gets cut. So now we have 8 twine circles tied together, and I'm just going to put some glue here in the middle and glue them together. Okay, once your glue is set, you can fan out your frills here, your little pumpkin circles, and fill out your pumpkin. Spread them around, make them nice and full. Okay, there's my pumpkin all fanned around, filled out. And I'm going to take and glue. You can take, I've got a piece of a cinnamon stick, I've got a little piece of bark here, I also have a little stick, whatever you'd like. And I thought I liked the look of the cinnamon stick, so I'm going to put some glue on the end and stick it in the middle of the pumpkin. The next thing I want to do is add a leaf to my pumpkin. And so I just took some fabric that I had, and I cut with it folded over and together. I cut a leaf shape, and I just put a piece of the craft wire in the middle so that it gives it a little shape. If I want to bend it, I can bend it. If I, however I want to make it look. And you can stick that in there as well. I might have this a little too long. I might have to trim that out. Yeah, so I just have to trim that a little bit. There we go. And we'll stick a little glue down in that, wherever you like your hair. I know it doesn't maybe look much like a pumpkin leaf. I just kind of made a shape what I thought would look like a leaf, not really thinking about a pumpkin leaf being big and having different points on it, but people get the idea, right? Now you can stop there if you'd like. You could add a bow. I've got all kinds of ribbon here, but I liked the orange and yellow check. I thought that was pretty cool for the fall, so I'm just gonna stick that in here, put a little glue there, and add my bow. And one last thing that I was kind of contemplating was the tendril that comes off of the vine where the pumpkin's growing. And so I was thinking about how to do that, and I think by grabbing some more craft wire, and you don't need much because, I mean, how long is your tendril really? So maybe 6 or 7 inches, and you can trim it down if you need to. So one thing I thought that I could do, I have some green raffia, and I trimmed a little bit off, and I'm just going to open it up. Just kind of pull it open a little. And I'm going to dab some glue on the end of it and wrap it around my wire. So I'm just going to stick that there and kind of wrap like so. Just twist it around my wire. And when I get to the end, I'll dab some more glue to hold it in place. Like so. And wrap that around. So we kind of have a green stem, vine, whatever you want to call it, for our pumpkin. But it's the wire, so you can twist it and shape it however you'd like. I also had some brown tissue I had trimmed off of a piece of tissue paper. That would work as well. You could wrap that around. Try some things and see what works for you. But let's kind of curl it around our finger here. What do you think? Looks like a little tendril for a pumpkin, doesn't it? I'm going to trim the wire down. And I'm going to stick it in here with my leaf. There. And there you have it. A little twine pumpkin. And you can embellish it or not embellish it. It's up to you. And maybe you don't want all the embellishments that I chose. So pick the ones that work for you. And maybe you can even think of some other things. Maybe your leaf would look a lot better than mine. Maybe it would be more pumpkin related than the one I chose. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed this craft, and I look forward to catching you in another one of our craft videos. Until then, have a great day.